Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Divya. Welcome to Visual Vibes. In this Python course, I'm gonna teach you everything that you need to learn to start coding with Python. This course doesn't cost you anything, it's totally free for you. But if you would like to help me out, then you can increase its reach by hitting a like button, leave a random comment down below, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thanks in advance, and I really appreciate it. Without getting any delay, let's jump right in. So today let's talk about positional and keyword arguments in functions. So before I start, I would like to mention you one thing. If you are new to this Python course or if this is your first visit to my channel, I would like to recommend you to first record the earlier sessions of this video first before you watch this video and then get back here for better and clear understanding before jumping into the newer concepts and to follow some sequence. So let's start with positional arguments first. So in our last session, we have seen about arguments, right? So arguments are simply the values that we need to pass to a function definition while making a function call. So similarly, positional arguments are also the arguments that we need to pass to a function definition while making a function call, but in the exact order and the number that the parameters are defined in the function definition. So here, if you can see, I have a defined one function name calculate underscore cost. So in which I was passing three parameters within the parenthesis followed by item, quantity, and price. So within this function, I was trying to calculate the cost of the item by multiplying the quantity with the price. So once the function is defined, I was calling the function with the name by passing the values. So here, if you can see, whenever we make a function call, we need to make sure that we need to pass the argument values in the order that in the exact order that we define in the function definition. So here in the function definition, item followed by quantity and quantity followed by price. So here also I was passing item first, which is bananas, and the quantity next, which is 6 value, and the price value is $0.74. So like the not only the sequence that we need to follow, but also how many number of parameters that we given in the function definition, same number of parameters so that we need to define in the function call as well. So that's why here, while making this function call, I have passed the item first, which is bananas, and then followed by quantity as a 6, and then lastly, price as a 0.74. So let's say, suppose if you, so in positional arguments, we need to exactly follow the order and the number of parameters that are defined exactly in the function definition while making a function call. So let's say, suppose if you don't pass the number of parameters, or if you don't follow the same sequence means, then what will happen? Let's say, suppose here I have to define item first, right? Um, so instead of passing the item first in this function call, if I pass the quantity means, then um, in place of item, quantity will go. That is not correct, right? So inside this item, quantity will go. So in place of this quantity, if I define second argument as bananas in this function call, then in place of quantity, bananas will go. So so inside this function definition, I want to do some calculation. So in place of item, uh, price will sorry quantity will replace. So whenever I was calculating this cost quantity into price, so quantity number should be 6 here, but whenever I was making a function call, in place of quantity bananas will go. So this calculation will comes wrong, right? So it's like Python will compiler will not execute this because uh, that is a one like a quantity should be the integer, but here bananas as a string is passing here. That is not at all correct. So that's why, so whenever we don't follow the sequence that we have exactly defined in the function definition while making a function call, then some Python compiler will throw some errors. So in order to get rid of those errors, we need to exactly follow the same order as well as the number of parameters that we have defined in the function definition. So in case of positional arguments, order and the number of parameters that are defined in the function definition matters the most, and we need to follow the exact sequence and order while making a function call whenever we are passing arguments. So now let's see keyword arguments. Keyword arguments are also the arguments that we need to pass to a function definition while making a function call, but in the format of argument is equals to value. So this argument may be any name that holds the value regardless of their position, but with the exact number. Like in case of positional arguments, we need to bother about the position. But in case of keyword arguments, we no need to take care of the position because since we are gonna pass the arguments in the form of this format. Like we only specifying key and value. So we don't need to take care of the positions. Like we can pass, suppose in the function definition, if we pass the parameter one, like while making a function call, we no need to pass the argument as the first place. We can pass the argument in second place, third place, anywhere you can pass. We no need to pass, follow the position. But number of parameters that are defined in the function definition should exactly match with the number of arguments that we're gonna pass while making a function call. Now let's see the example here. In this example, I have defined the same function, which is named with calculate underscore cost. So this function is taking three parameters: item, quantity, and price in the order of item. First quantity, second price, last. So inside this function, same I was calculating the cost of the item by multiplying the quantity with price. So while making a function call here, I have defined the values like this, saying like item is equals to bananas, quantity is equals to 6, and price is equals to $0.74. So here item is nothing but a keyword or argument, I can say. Bananas is the value. Similarly, quantity is the keyword or the argument, 6 is the value, and price is the argument or keyword, and the value is 0.74. Since I have assigned the value to this particular keyword, so while making a function call, so whenever these values are passing to this function definition, so Python compile will automatically find out to which parameter, which argument value need to be passed. So that's why here we don't need to follow the position, but we need to take care about the number of parameters. So these are all about the position and the keyword arguments. Now let's see the default argument values. So default arguments are also nothing but the arguments only, but that have default value. So in this, we need to assign the value to a given parameter in the function definition. So then that value becomes default argument value. Suppose the user doesn't want to pass the value argument while making a function call to the function definition, then what we need to take care, we can simply define a value or a parameter in the function definition itself. So that parameter we can make use inside the function definition. So here, if you can see this example, I have defined one function named greet user. So I don't want to take the pass the argument from the function definition. So what I have defined, so what I have did, so here I have defined one parameter, named name is equals to world. So here itself I have defined in the function definition itself, I was allocating the value to this parameter. And I'm gonna use this parameter inside this function by printing hello, comma, name. So in the fourth line, you can see I have called this function with no parameters passing. Then what will be the, of course, we need to call this function inside the print statement. Then only we can be able to see the output as a hello world. So here, while calling this function, I have not passed any arguments. So whenever I didn't pass any arguments, it itself takes the function definition itself takes this parameter as a default argument, and then it will assign the value of the name to this name variable. So similarly, you can see in the fifth line, I have called the same function, but this time I have passed the John as an argument to this function definition. So this time what it will print means, this time also it will print hello John, but hello John because I was passing the value. So this value is replaced, old value is replaced with the John value. So this time I can see the output as hello John. So in this way, if user or you don't want to provide the value while making a function call, you can simply define a parameter in the function definition itself as a default value. Now let's see arbitrary number of positional arguments. Suppose if you want to pass n number of positional arguments to the function definition while making a function call, then we can call those positional arguments as arbitrary number of positional arguments. So these arbitrary positional arguments allows the function to accept any number of positional arguments while making a function call, and they are packed into a tuple whenever it returns the values. So here you can see I have defined one function named my underscore function, and these positional arguments are usually defined with star args. So inside the function definition, we need to pass the positional arguments as a star args, and while making a function call. So whatever the positional arguments we pass, like how many number of positional arguments we pass, so those all arguments will be passed to these star args. So whenever we try to fetch or like we try to utilize those star arguments or positional arguments inside our function definition, then those that values the values are always packed into a tuple. So here you can see in the output, whenever I call this function, like I forgot to mention the print statement whenever I was calling this function. So whenever I have the print statement here, then only I can be able to see the output. So here we have print, should have a print statement. Inside that I need to call this function. So here whenever I call this function, so in the output we can be able to see that here I was passing the positional arguments as individual values. So when it comes to the function definition, and inside the function definition, whenever I try to access these arguments, so it always, those arguments are always packed into a tuple, and then so in the output we can be able to see the all the values inside the tuple. Like we have a inside the brackets, we can able to see this values, this positional arguments. So this is a type, this is a data type of tuple, right? So like this, we can pass n number of positional arguments to the function definition. Similarly to the positional arguments, we can also pass n number of keyword arguments as well. So these arbitrary keyword arguments allows a function to accept any number of keyword arguments. That means any number of keyword arguments we can pass. So finally, those are packed into a dictionary. In case of positional arguments, they are packed into tuple, but when it comes to keyword arguments, these arbitrary keyword arguments are packed into dictionary. So how we gonna define this keyword arbitrary keyword arguments in the function definition means we need to define like this: star star KW args. That means KW stands for keyword args, keyword arguments, followed by two stars at the initial. So here I have, if you can see this example, in this example, I have defined one function named by function, and then I was had passed keyword arguments by defining a star star keyword args. And then inside this function definition, I'm printing the keyword arguments that I received from the function definition. So here in the fourth line, I was calling this function by passing the keyword arguments. Keyword arguments are usually passed in the form of argument is equals to value, right? So here argument is the 1, 2, 3, and the values are 1, 2, 3. So in this way, I had passed three keyword arguments so that go to this function definition. So all will be present inside this keyword argument. So whenever I was trying to print this keyword args, so I can see the values inside the dictionary. So this is the dictionary, or I can say set of key value pairs. So like this, we can pass n number of keyword arguments to a function definition by defining as star star keyword args. Similarly, if we want to pass both positional and keyword arguments to a function definition means, then that comes under this combined arbitrary number of position and keyword arguments. So this allows a function to accept any number of positional as well as keyword arguments to the function definition, but in the exact order. That means if you define positional arguments while making a function call, while defining a function, then we need to pass the positional arguments first while making a function call. Or otherwise, if you are mentioning keyword arguments first in the function definition, then we need to pass the keyword arguments first while making a function call. So here, if you can see the example, I have defined one function named my function. So inside this, I had defined positional arguments first with the star args and the keyword arguments next with the star star keyword args. So inside this function, I was printing these positional keyword arguments. So in the fifth line, I was calling this function by passing some values a, b, 1, 2, 3, and then followed by the keyword arguments. So here the first five values, um, or comes under positional arguments, whereas the last three values comes under keyword arguments since I was passing the values in the format argument is equals to value. So in the function definition, I have defined positional arguments first, followed by the keyword arguments second. So that's why in the same order I have passed here as well, so that we don't have any, we didn't get any error. So in the output, we can say whenever this function is going to print these args, so those args will be uh, in the form of tuple. Sorry, here I have wrongly typed the output here. So here we can have the A and B values also in this list of tuple, like in the tuple. So inside the tuple, what values we can get? A comma, B comma, 1 comma, 2 comma, 3. So whenever this function is trying to print these keyword arguments, so these keyword arguments are in the form of dictionary. So like this, we can make use of combined positional and keyword arguments in the function definition while calling a function. So this is all about keyword and positional arguments and passing a number of keyword and positional arguments in functions. So that's all for today. I hope you like this session. If you have any doubts, feel free to post them in the comment section. We'll definitely answer your questions, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care, goodbye, and enjoy programming.